Hello friends, myself R.D. Mahajan presenting my video on the topic CR equations for polar equations or polar curves. Uh, let f of z is equals to u plus iv, where u and v are functions of x and y. Then let r and theta be the polar coordinates of the point xy, where we have x is equals to r cos theta, r into cos theta, and y is equals to we have r sin theta. These are equivalents to convert Cartesian to polar form. Cartesian coordinates are x and y. If we want to convert it in terms of r and theta, we can take the help of this uh, results. We have x is equals to r cos theta and y is equals to r sin theta, and if we put that values here, we get f of z is equals to u of r theta plus I times v function of r and theta, and it is equals to, that is, if we replace z by uh, polar form of complex number, r into e raised to I theta, or e raised to I theta is nothing but cos theta plus I sin theta. Therefore, it is f of r into e raised to I theta is equals to u function of r and theta plus I times v of r and theta. Therefore, whenever we write in terms of r and theta, it is called as a polar form. This is the polar form of function of complex variable or number. Then Cauchy-Riemann equations for this polar form are, again there are two equations. First one, dou u by dou r is equals to 1 by r dou v by dou theta, first condition. And second condition, dou u by dou theta is equals to minus r into dou v by dou r. If these two conditions are satisfied, means if CR equations are satisfied, then that function is said to be an analytic. Therefore, using these equations, we can check whether the function is analytic or not. For that, I will discuss some simple problems. Example number first, determine whether the function f of z is equals to r square cos 2 theta plus I times r square sin of 2 theta is analytic or not. Here function is in terms of r and theta, that's why it is a polar type, and therefore consider given f of z is equals to r square cos 2 theta plus I times r square sin of 2 theta. We call this as equation 1. F of z is nothing but u plus iv, general form, and that is equals to r square cos 2 theta plus I times r square sin of 2 theta. Complex number on left hand side, another complex number on right hand side, equality sign is there, therefore comparing we get u is equals to r square cos 2 theta and v is equals to imaginary part as r square sin of 2 theta. Both are functions of r and theta, polar form, and therefore differentiating this with respect to r, keeping theta constant, therefore cos 2 theta is constant term outside, and derivative of r square with respect to r is 2r, and therefore that term becomes 2r cos of 2 theta dou u by dou r. Then differentiating u with respect to theta, this time r is constant, therefore r square is constant term taking outside. Derivative of cos minus sin of 2 theta, and interchangeable derivative of 2 theta is 2, and therefore we have minus 2 r square sin of 2 theta. Then differentiating V with respect to R and theta. First with respect to R, again theta is constant term, therefore sine of 2 theta is constant term. Derivative of R square is 2R, and therefore it becomes 2R sine of 2 theta. Then differentiating V with respect to theta, keeping R constant, therefore R square is constant term. Derivative of sine is cos of 2 theta. Chain rule, derivative of 2 theta is 2 with respect to theta, and therefore it is 2 times R square cos of 2 theta. Then checking the CR equations or using CR equations. Using CR equation, first equation is dou u by dou r is equals to 1 by r into dou v by dou theta, and second equation dou u by dou theta is equals to minus r into dou v by dou r. Therefore we check it whether these equations are true or not. If equations are satisfied, then that function is said to be an analytic. If equations are not satisfied, it is not analytic. Therefore dou u by dou r, the value of dou u by dou r is 2r cos of 2 theta is equals to 1 by r dou v by dou theta, and the value of dou v by dou theta is 2r square cos of 2 theta, and therefore it is equals to 1r get cancelled, we get 2r cos of 2 theta. Left hand side and right hand side are equal, means first condition is true. Then we go for the second condition, dou u by dou theta. The value of dou u by dou theta is minus 2r square sine of 2 theta is equals to minus r times dou v by dou r. The value of dou v by dou r is 2r sine of 2 theta, and therefore if we simplify the term on the right hand side, we get minus 2r square sine of 2 theta. Again, left hand side and right hand side are equal, means condition second is also true, and as CR equations are satisfied, function is an analytic. As CR equations are satisfied, function f of z is an analytic function. Okay, therefore this is the way how we can check whether the function is analytic or not. In short, once again I will repeat the steps. First step, we have to obtain the values of u and v by separating it into real and imaginary part. Then differentiate that u with respect to r and with respect to theta, obtain dou u by dou r and dou u by dou theta. Differentiate v with respect to r and v with respect to theta, and then check the CR equation. Equation number 1 is dou u by dou r is equals to 1 by r dou v by dou theta, and second equation is dou u by dou theta is equals to minus r dou v by dou r. If these two equations are satisfied, then that function is said to be an analytic. Here, as the equations are satisfied, the given function is an analytic function. Second problem, determine whether the function f of z is equals to r raised to n into sin n theta plus I times r raised to n cos of n theta is analytic or not. Again, it is in terms of r and theta, therefore it is the polar curve given f of z is equals to r raised to n sine of n theta plus I times r raised to n cos of n theta. Again, replacing f of z by its general form u plus iv is equals to r raised to n sine of n theta plus I times r raised to n cos of n theta. We call this as equation 1. And then comparing two sides, we get real part u is equals to real part on the right hand side as r raised to n sine of n theta and then v is equals to imaginary part as r raised to n cos of n theta. Here both are functions of r and theta, and as it is function of r and theta, we can differentiate it with respect to r and theta. Therefore, differentiating u with respect to r, again keeping theta constant, therefore sin n theta is constant term outside. Derivative of r raised to n is n r raised to n minus 1, and therefore that term becomes n r raised to n minus 1 into sine of n theta. Then differentiating u with respect to theta, this time keeping r constant, means that r raised to n term is constant term outside. Derivative of sine is cos of n theta, chain rule. Derivative of n theta with respect to theta is n, and therefore it is n r raised to n cos of n theta. Then differentiating v also with respect to r and theta. First with respect to r, keeping theta constant, therefore cos n theta is constant term. Derivative of r raised to n is n r raised to n minus 1, and nothing but r raised to n minus 1 into cos of n theta. Then differentiating v with respect to theta, this time we have to keep r as a constant term, and therefore r raised to n is constant term. Derivative of cos is minus sine of n theta, and chain rule, derivative of n theta with respect to theta is n, and that is equals to minus n r raised to n sine of n theta. I have obtained all the 4 required partial derivatives. And then we check the CR equation. Equation number 1, dou u by dou r is equals to 1 by r dou v by dou theta. And second equation is dou u by dou theta is equals to minus r dou v by dou r. And therefore, substituting the values of dou u by dou r, we have n r raised to n minus 1 sine of n theta, and that is equals to 1 by r dou v by dou r, and the value of dou v by dou theta, it is minus n r raised to n sine of n theta. And then simplifying the right hand side term, it is minus n times r raised to n divided by r. If you transfer to numerator, it becomes n minus r raised to n minus 1 into sine of n theta. Left hand side and right hand side are equal, means condition number 1 is true. Then we go for the second condition. Dou u by dou theta if equals to minus r times dou v by dou r. Dou u by dou theta, substituting that value, we have n r raised to n cos of n theta minus r times dou v by dou r, and the value of dou v by dou r is n r raised to n minus 1 into cos of n theta. And if you simplify it, the right hand side term, we have minus n r raised to n minus 1 into r, adding the power we get n minus 1 plus 1, we get only r raised to n into cos of n theta. Left hand side is n r raised to n cos, right hand side we are getting minus n r raised to n cos n theta. These two are not equal, means condition is not satisfied. Condition second is not true here, and as CR equations are not satisfied, therefore f of z is not analytic. Function. Therefore, here the function is not analytic as CR equations are not satisfied. Therefore, always check these conditions. Condition number 1, dou u by dou r is equals to 1 by r dou v by dou theta, and the second condition, dou u by dou theta is equals to minus r dou v by dou r. If values are equal, it is analytic, it is an analytic. If values are not equal, function is not analytic, as the case we have. Third example, find p if f of z is equals to minus r square sine 2 theta plus I times r square cos of p theta is analytic. Here some different type of example. Here we are not supposed to check whether the function is analytic or not. Here given function is analytic, and using that information try to find the value of p. Given f of z is equals to minus r square sine 2 theta plus I times r square cos of p theta, if we call this equation 1, is an analytic. Means as it is analytic, these CR equations must be satisfied. These CR equations are satisfied, and therefore comparing substituting value of f of z as u plus iv, and that is equals to minus r square sine 2 theta plus I times r square cos of p theta. Comparing two sides, we get u is equals to minus r square sine 2 theta, but v is equals to r square cos of p theta. And then to determine that p, we use either this first one or second one. Therefore, if I want to use first one, we require the value of dou u by dou r. Therefore, differentiating it with respect to r, we get that derivative with respect to r, keeping theta constant, sine 2 theta constant term minus outside, and derivative of r square is 2r, and therefore it is minus 2r sine of 2 theta. And dou v by dou theta, differentiating v with respect to theta, keeping r constant, r square constant term, derivative of cos minus sine of p theta, and chain rule, derivative of p theta with respect to theta is p, and therefore it is minus p r square sine of p theta. And then using CR equations, I am using first one only, no need to use the second. Dou u by dou r minus 2r sine of 2 theta, 1 by r into dou v by dou theta minus p r square sine of p theta. It is minus p times r square divided by r, we get r, sine of p theta. Sign of equality is there. Term on left hand side in terms of r and sine, and term on the right hand side is also in terms of r and sine. Therefore, minus minus become plus. RR get cancelled. We have sine of p theta, angle or the argument of that sine is p theta, and here it is sine of 2 theta. It implies p is equals to coefficient of r is p here, and coefficient of r is here 2, and therefore we get p is equals to 2. That is the value for p. Therefore, with the help of this 3 simple example, I have explained how we can check it whether the function is analytic or not for polar type of curves or polar equations. Therefore, remember this CR equations. In my next video, I will describe a new point harmonic function and construction of analytic function for both the types, Cartesian as well as polar types of curve or equations. If you are watching my videos, please like and share it, as well as subscribe to my channel for latest updates or new videos. Thank you very much.